What's up, y'all? So in today's video, man, we're gonna be reacting to 9 to 5 workers against streamers debate what is harder. Honestly, in my opinion, honestly, I don't even know what to say. I don't know which one is harder because I currently stream on TikTok. I try and make YouTube videos whenever I can, and I also work at a warehouse. So I do both basically. I'm not obviously a full-time streamer, but obviously I work and I do streams and stuff like that. But honestly, I don't know. We're about to figure it out. If I'm not wrong, I think it's Face Swag, Face Adapt, Jason, Stable Ronaldo and stuff like that. So let's check it out. Come on.
How are you gonna disrespect your mom like that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect your mom and say that your work is harder? That is so rude.
All right, can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your job is
chill.
dangerous.
You would have to actually have to go to work.
You can't leave
Went to school, and still.
and paid rent.
Yes, I still worked.
That's your choice.
You're high. You're hungover.
Credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare
I
time.
don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
What's up? How's it going?
Same old different day.
Okay. All right. So my argument here.
Alright, so I guess Lacey goes up first, and then Lacey has cultivated a substantial multi-platform audience with nearly 1.5 million Twitch followers, over 1 million on Instagram, around 2.3 mil TikTok followers, and approximately 217K on X. He joined FaZe Clan in May 2024, quickly gaining notoriety through Fortnite and RL streams.
Is that streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9 to 5?
Nah, it's not facts, bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking bullshit job, and slave for fucking pennies.
See, that's the thing is you're right. You get up every day, you go through.
Bro, something I don't understand is why people bust their ass at work, bro. I work 3 days a week, and those 3 days I do 12-hour shift, bro. I'm not busting my ass, bro. Like, I'm not a robot. I'm just a regular human being that works at a warehouse and stuff like that. So I don't understand why people like him be busting the ass at work. Like, yeah, I guess like you're passionate about what you do or whatever, but if you have a job, bro, always take care of yourself, bro. Don't be busting your ass just because you're trying to get paid or anything. Because at the end of the day, you're still gonna get paid. Just make sure you're working how you're supposed to. Don't overwork yourself.
Through the motions. You don't have to get a good night's sleep. You don't have to be focused. You don't have to be locked in. You wake up, you go, you flip some patties,
Nah.
maybe you sign a few envelopes, answer a few phone calls. With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your game 24/7. It's like a switch
No.
that never
When you're a
turns
mail
off.
carrier, I'm a mail carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every
Mail
motherfucking
carrier.
day.
We
I'm
have to
still
deal with
slaving
thousands,
every day.
tens of thousands of people
Bullshit.
critiquing every little thing we do, every
Man.
decision we make, every thought
You
we
guys
have.
got it made, man. I wish I had
We
it
don't-
made like y'all.
We don't have to
I
go
wish.
sign a few envelopes and put them in a mailbox.
Man,
We
you
have
got
to
it
be,
gravy, bro.
What's the next trend?
Because
What's the
the
next
shit I
idea?
go through every
Oh my
day,
God, I
and
have to
got
stream
dogs,
today.
And I got dogs that want to bite my ass
And
every
you have
day.
lunch breaks. You have lunch breaks. We don't have breaks. We're on 24/7.
You got
high energy
Yo,
24/7.
I could be at home like you and get back and get paid
I don't
big
even.
money.
We're not even at home. We're walking around.
Man,
We're walking
I
around
wanna
doing
do
things,
all of
going
that
to
because
parties, doing
the
all this
shit,
stuff.
I gotta slave just for not even 100,000 a year. I gotta work double overtime. Bullshit.
Okay, what about this? You're guaranteed to get paid. You have a
No, I'm not.
steady rate.
If I don't work, I don't get paid. It's simple as that.
Yeah, but you have a guaranteed pay.
Guaranteed pay if you
No,
work.
I
That's
don't.
your decision if you don't want
I
to work.
gotta work at the job for
If
years.
I don't go live, I don't
just
get paid
to
either.
collect.
You don't got to deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, we have people,
What?
people in the chat spamming L's. Oh, this is frustrating. We don't like this video. We have to create content. Imagine you have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You guys like this stream?
That's me 24/7. I'd rather
Man.
do that.
So why don't you become a streamer?
Over here,
Man,
freezing.
that's what I want to do. F that. F this 9 to 5 shit.
If streaming is so easy,
Bro, y'all seen how he literally just said he wishes he could do stream and stuff like that. But here's the thing, a lot of people say that, but they don't put the time and effort into it. Me, I obviously want to make, streaming and, making videos a full-time thing. But it obviously is gonna take time because look, Face Swag, I don't know when he started, but it took long. Lacey, it's like everybody, it took long. Like, it's not a thing that you start and then the next day, you're gonna be the #1 top Twitch streamer or whatever. So it's like, but this dude right here debating, saying he wishes he could do whatever they're doing. But that's the thing. If you don't try, you're never gonna be, you're never gonna do it. So it's like, why is he saying that if he's not gonna do it?
How come every single person in this seat is not a streamer?
People are lazy. They want to put in the work.
That's their fault.
I get
Exactly.
called fat.
People are lazy.
Oh, so what? I can call fat and chubby. All my homeboys call me chubby, fat,
Well,
whatever.
That's your homeboys, though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's your
Yeah.
homeboy.
Yeah, and you right, homeboy. You right. But check this out. My nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to go out there and get that bag.
I think she's got something she wants to say.
Oh my gosh, wait, we're seeing a flag.
Unfortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead because we suck at explaining things.
Understandable.
So you raised your flag. Is there a reason you did
Yeah,
that?
because I was actually a cook for 15 years. So that means for 15 years, I had to get up practically every day, get dressed, go to work, and I had to deal with not only adults, but I also had to deal with children.
We deal with children every day, too.
We deal with tens of thousands of children and adults.
The Lacey Thugs are. Do you not know who the Lacey Thugs are?
I can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up and asking for a picture. Do you know how hard that is of a life?
Isn't that
That is
special?
difficult.
How long do you think this is going to last?
Forever.
Forever,
You think this
hopefully.
is going to last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have that security that's going to last forever. Having a job, being
A 9-to-5 job is generally more secure than streaming because it offers steady income, benefits, and legal protections, while streaming is unpredictable, highly competitive, and income depends on viewer support and algorithms. That's the thing. That's a good thing about having just a regular job because you have, consistent income. You have like health benefits, dental benefits, stuff like that, 401k for when you retire, and then you're also protected by the company or whatever. That's a good thing about a 9-to-5, like a regular job. But then when you're streaming, that's like more like on you, like your responsibility, like. But I mean, I
you
guess
have
like
that security
I don't know,
of,
man.
oh, I have a job, I have a degree, I have this. This could end for me tomorrow.
Hypothetically, if you all of a sudden you lost all your followers, what would you do?
I know what he'll do. Get a
No, I'm asking
trigger
him.
warning.
I'm asking him. What would
Job.
you do if you lost completely all your YouTubers? You had nothing. No one watched you anymore. I didn't even watch you anymore. What would you have to do? You would have to go to work.
Wait, what?
Cussing you?
That's a slur.
Wait,
I
what?
did.
Warning.
I'm asking him. What would
Job.
you do if you lost completely all your YouTubers? You had nothing. No one watched you anymore. I didn't even watch you anymore. What would you have to do? You would have to go to work. Oh my God, did I just cuss at you?
That's a slur. If I did lose all my followers, I would probably buy a couple houses and start my real estate empire.
Okay, so then you would have to actually go to work. You would actually have to go to the office.
And I would think that would be a much easier job than streaming.
You gotta go into your setup though and sit in front of studio lights and read the chat and be interactive.
But no, he lost everybody. He has no followers whatsoever. He would have to
Bro,
turn
she's
around.
turning red, bro.
You would have to turn
She
around.
gotta breathe,
You're proving
bro.
my point on why
She gotta
this is harder,
breathe.
because I could lose it all
Yeah,
tomorrow.
but you could lose it tomorrow.
If let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say you got fired. You have hundreds of people lined up. You can go cook over here, cook over there. You
could be a private chef.
You could be a private chef. Exactly. I don't have that security.
I was a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
But you still cook.
You still cook. You go cook for another school.
I think I saw a flag right here.
Flags. I see red flags.
I'm gonna have to backlight. Yo, Lacey, it's the truth.
I think something you guys aren't taking into account. Say we get a brand deal, I gotta post on an Instagram story. I gotta go find the 4 local cans. I gotta make sure I get the 4 local can. And
Not to mention,
You have to do work.
it ruins our Twitter impressions too.
I gotta tag them.
And then that goes into falling off.
My name is Rhonda. I'm a registered nurse from the South.
Nice to meet you,
From
Rhonda.
Pineville,
Okay.
35 years ago,
Okay.
I decided to go to nursing school because I wanted to be a creative, I thought. I loved fashion, I loved acting, I loved singing. But in the South, whole lot of racism. Back in the 60s and the 50s, people didn't give a rat's ass if you created something, and they wouldn't support your business. So yes, a 9 to 5 is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I
Yeah,
had to
but
support
hold
my
on.
daughter.
Yeah, but 7 to 3 back then. I used to actually do 7 to 3 because my first job was actually Dunkin' Donuts, and I used to do 7 to 3. 7 to 3 is not even bad, bro, because you get your sleep, and then you get out at 3, and then you can do whatever you need to do. The rest of the day. Like 7 to 3 is not even bad. Why is she complaining?
Rhonda,
You get
Rhonda, can I
spoiled.
ask you a question?
Nope.
Have you ever
You
done it?
get spoiled. You get spoiled, and your mama and daddy keep
Rhonda,
giving it to you.
Rhonda,
Because
guys, I got a
did it.
question for Rhonda. I got a
did
question
it.
for Rhonda. Rhonda,
Yes.
have you ever done a subathon?
What's a subathon?
30 days straight.
20.
A Twitch subathon is a live streaming event on Twitch where the streamer's broadcast time is extended based on the number of subscriptions they receive. Essentially, every time a viewer subscribes, the streamer's timer increases, creating a marathon stream that can last. That's crazy.
4
Hours.
I know.
a day.
Swag did a subathon
We all stream
like a long time
You're
ago.
talking about working
That one was
73 and have
crazy.
2 30-minute breaks throughout that. You get to go home afterwards, see your family, relax. We were on camera 30 days straight, no personal.
What
If you know how
day
hard
were
it is
you a registered
to
nurse?
have.
When did you get a break? You clean boo-boo?
When have you ran a
You-
3-minute ad?
You
When have you
clean
ever
up
ran? You
vomit,
never ran a 3-minute ad.
pass trays, you short-handed.
Talk about the fake relationships that you have.
Oh my God.
Now
It's fake
think
on
about
social
this.
media.
Think about this. Imagine
Sure.
every little person. We call them parasocials. They judge your
Parasocials.
relationships. You can't go out to dinner or have a girl take a picture in your car without them finding out and judging you.
I got caught with
based
my
on it.
ex.
I got
in
caught with
public.
my ex, and I got treated like I was a pedophile for it.
But mental health, when you stop caring about what people think and what they say about you, do you. And that's a big problem with younger people. You care about what people think, social media, what they say about
Because
you.
that's our
That's our job.
You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, the doctor, et cetera, or a 24-hour stream?
24-hour open surgery.
Oh, brother.
Short-handed.
We're saving thousands, you're saving one.
Type shit.
All right, so you said 30-day subathon, right?
Yeah.
So they got this dude right here, but then his name is Ethan. But you're telling me Face Clan couldn't, or the film production couldn't figure out his occupation? Yeah, they're lazy.
Argument is that none of you guys actually did any of the work during that, and it was all your filmers, your
he part of the
editors,
Face team?
your producers. All these people back here are the ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
No, because here's the thing.
That's bad takes.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
They wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
Oh damn, he cooking him.
I would even
He
go
cooking.
as far to say as every person in this room,
That's
we
crazy.
keep them employed as well. Because here's the thing, we get sponsors from these companies that have 9-to-5s, right? These companies, hold on.
Why is
These
he
companies
laughing?
are not viable without influencers to push the brand and keep them in business.
Have you ever worked a real job?
No.
So how would you
See,
know?
I have worked a real job.
What was your real job?
I worked 8 months. I worked a double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time for a
Why
year.
is she laughing? Bro, she's making me mad. I actually feel like they're wrong.
Why was that old lady laughing, bro? What? Alright, so I guess this round now is Ron. Stable Ronaldo streams are high energy and entertaining, often featuring Fortnite gameplay, funny reactions, and interactive moments with fans. Known for his humor and our personality, he keeps his audience engaged with constant commentary and viral clips. On Twitch, he boasts around 3.9 mil followers, averages 23,000 viewers per stream. That's crazy. That's a lot of viewers per stream. That's a lot.
Hi, I'm Chris.
All right, Chris.
Why do you think a 9-to-5 job is not harder than what you do?
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
Guaranteed to pay.
I agree.
That makes it harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you
Makes
guys.
it easier
Yeah.
because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%. You have
Makes
security.
it easier
Talk about
for
raises.
Makes it easier for 9-to-5 people to have a job because their pay is
Yeah,
guaranteed.
when you go to work every day, everyone's
So you're
like,
basing the ease of a job just on somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you...
well, let's just say that comes to perspective. If you say someone who works food, if you someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9 to 5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer.
How so?
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9 to 5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
So according to you, a job is easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay. That's one
nine to-
aspect of it.
Working
right?
at
Yeah.
Foot Locker,
Okay.
working at a job like Panera or wherever Lacey is easier than a streamer. Yes, because a streamer you have to come up with ideas. You have to stay relevant.
Oh, we're talking about ideas now. Okay,
Yeah,
we're
what do you-
talking about pay.
Okay, so what do you want to
that's
start with
one way
though?
that
But it
it's
doesn't
easier.
make. But
Well,
you're not
you
even.
started with
You're not
pay.
even. You keep switching it. So why don't
I'm
you
not
answer my
switching
question?
anything.
You know, you 100% are.
Yeah.
So how is it harder if you're guaranteed to pay? I worked for 4 years of streaming. I didn't make $1.
Well, what's your definition of hard? That's the thing. It's like what is
That's like-
difficult?
that's a dumb
Creativity,
question.
You need to
Like,
get
what?
out of your circle, comfort
Sure.
zone.
Yeah.
You need to be able to actually make people believe what you believe in the sense of like, oh, this is good content. Do you watch any TV shows?
I watch YouTube.
Okay, you watch
so
YouTube.
much YouTube.
So it's the same thing. So the people that
Absolutely,
you're
yeah.
entertained by are the people like us, just for a different audience.
That's true, but you're talking about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment.
This is entertainment,
as a job.
but this
yeah,
is entertainment.
Entertainment
But
as
my
a
question
job
to
doesn't
you
have
is
any
why?
guarantees. Absolutely.
So do you truthfully, you can sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something like that, I'm just using that because that's the best
Sure.
example,
Yeah, yeah.
is harder than a streamer?
It depends on what you are saying the word hard means.
He's not even
In the
answering
sense
the
of
question.
Everyday activity, because some people
Like,
around
he's
here say,
dead
"Oh,
ass
I
not
gotta
even
wake up
answering
at
the question.
7 a.m., 8 a.m. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, we have to do the same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
And you deal with yourself.
No, we deal with
You-
millions
when
of people.
you're creating that content and you have your phone,
Okay.
you're dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happens?
You're not dealing with
Not true.
coworkers and you're not
That's not
dealing
true at
with-
all. I have an
Okay.
editor that I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing
Which
any
is
type
later.
of content,
I'm-
he
That's
so
loses
when
his
you
job.
go to your job, when you go to work, rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone or you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, oh, we're not doing it anymore? You lose your job.
If the work is picking up a phone or turning on a camera as opposed to going in with a bunch of people and having to multitask tasks you have to do throughout your shift
Yeah.
and deal with your
Tasks you gotta do
coworkers
throughout
and
the stream.
interpersonal thing. Tell me how much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing your job for however many number
Okay,
of hours
perfectly.
that you are talking and typing and shitting and eating and all that stuff that everybody's watching you do.
Go ahead.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that, yeah.
No. Let me hear me
Yeah,
out.
go ahead.
Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most
Sure.
important thing in life. So do you build that with your coworkers and stuff like that?
Sorry, bye. See you later.
Seeing a lot of flags.
You see, like, why did he just get up? Like, I don't give a fuck, bro. That's so disrespectful. Like, that's mad disrespectful. Like, Swag is literally explaining some stuff and talking to him and stuff like that, and then he just turn his back, he gets up and then walk away, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, why even bother sitting on that chair, bro? Like, you just got cooked. Man, people, bro.
What's your name?
So I'm Angelina, and I work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right. I know. She's right. She's right. I'm not gonna lie. She's right.
All right, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to
Same
clock
thing.
in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get home. But if I didn't, I would have to cook for myself and get to bed in time and wake up in time to commute back to my job. You guys talk about how it's hard because there's a mental aspect. And I understand as someone who's been on social media a lot that you get
How long have you
berated.
been on social media? Just to get broad.
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000 followers off the bat, and I was very young, and I started working with different brands.
Okay.
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you guys can afford to say, hey, I'm gonna go wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be content, that can be your job, and you actually get to
Yeah, but okay, I'm sorry if I keep pausing the video, but literally, like, I'm not on Ron's side and I'm not on her side because, like I said, I also work at a warehouse, and then, like I said, I'm recording this video right now. Yesterday I was streaming and stuff like that, but she just said that, oh, like, you know, a content creator can literally go on vacation and then they can make that as, you know, content for their YouTube or whatever. Like, yeah, she's right, but if you work at a job and then let's say you have vacation days, you can literally take vacation days, and while you're on vacation you can make content as well. You can upload pictures, upload videos, whatever you're doing on vacation. If you went to the beach, you went to, I don't know, a roller coaster, a park, whatever. So it's like there's no excuse or anything, you know what I mean?
relax and travel the world and have other
So
opportunities.
you're just saying a lot of points.
There's no relaxation.
Just so I can answer a couple. So you were saying like to go back to the beginning, you were saying like you can manage like your time with like relationship. Was that correct? Like you have your girlfriend when you go home. Like
I fortunately have a support system, but I every day like ask myself how I would
so
have
I'll
been
give you
able
a
to do it
perfect
without.
example. So you said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money, and it slowly went super up, and then all of a sudden it went down. Right?
Yeah.
I lost everything, fell off
He was about to
completely.
yourself.
About to myself. Real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why are you smiling?
We've all been there. Every 9-to-5 worker has been there.
So
That's
going
why.
back to what you said, how you have a support system. I moved across the country from my parents.
Why
at
is
the age
he-
of
why is he doing the
19, lived
clicking
alone in an
thing, bro?
apartment,
What was-
was paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my
Mm-hmm.
like I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making
It was
more than my
serious,
rent.
yeah.
So I was losing.
You were in the red every
I
month.
was in the
I
red
got
every
you.
single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone
whammy.
across the country. So it's like when you're alone too and everything's going down, where's my support system?
I don't like why she laughing, bro.
Okay, so I have a question. You said
Why
that
is
for
she
the
la-
first
why
4
is she
years you
still
started
laughing,
streaming,
bro?
You had no income. How are you able to survive?
I lived with my mom. I was 16.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege.
It is.
But my
because-
mom.
I mean,
but
he
my
was
mom-
16.
How's that privilege? Before you
It's
go
privilege because you have the support system to have a place to live.
Well, at 15, 16, I would hope I have parents that would live. with me.
Exactly.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, and they have
Man,
to
at
take care of
16, I was
lives.
living with my mom.
So a lot of people don't have houses.
A lot of
when they
people
working
don't
9 to
have
5s?
families that support them or
But
accept
that's a
them.
whole different conversation. What does that have to do with the 9 to 5?
Because they still need to survive. So the fact that you were given
So
the
how did you move to LA?
opportunity- I moved across the country as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
Do you not think that's privileged?
Yeah, that's a
I mean, we
privilege.
moved into a 1-bedroom in Santa Monica and shared a trundle bed, so.
It don't matter.
I was reselling shoes to afford my.
It don't matter. It's still a privilege. You're still with
I
your
get it.
parents.
I've definitely
you know?
helped my family out in times where I was able to, but I also had to have my family support me in order for me to have certain opportunities to make money in the first place. So if you didn't have content creation, what would you be doing?
It's a great question. I don't know because I didn't set my goals that way. I set up my life to that. I know I would do what I want to do. If we all got paid the same every single month, let's say just in simple terms, we all got paid $100,000 a month, a crazy amount of money. Would you guys still, truthfully, I'm asking a serious question, would you guys say that all of our jobs are harder than each other, truthfully?
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she had to go to medical school for years just to be able to have her
But
foot
she
in the
knew
door.
that she was getting security because she was going to be a nurse, correct?
Not secure.
It's
How is it not
not.
secure if you knew what you were going to do?
Nothing secure.
Nothing's secure. You just proved my point. But you just proved my point.
No job is secure, but content creation gives you the ability to have those savings,
But
to have an audience. And even if you do lose all your followers one day,
Yeah.
even if
Let's
you
say
lose,
I lost it all tomorrow.
you still have residuals of your previous viral
But that's-
videos. Even if people are hating on
that's
you and
not
shitting on you,
necessarily-
that's still adding to what goes into your pocket.
There's literally doctors who do one surgery and make hundreds of $1,000s.
Because
That's
they were
true.
trained for decades and they had to go to
So
school.
were we.
You went to school to be a content creator?
Streamer University.
All right, so now it's face app. App is a top tier Verity and RL streamer averaging around 13,000 viewers per stream on Twitch with 930,000 followers and peaking as high as 45,000 concurrent viewers. Face app is a key figure in Face Clan. He helped shape Face brand from its original stage to now.
How you doing, bro?
Good, how you doing?
Alex.
Gabe.
Gabe, how we doing?
So he's a
Doing
college
good.
professor.
So first of all, I want to say I do respect all of you for what you do. I mean, you guys do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job.
You don't know that.
I mean, that I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People
now-
have to
now he's
wake
getting
up and do
cocky.
their routine over and over again. It's not a daily thing, it's a weekly thing, it's a monthly thing, it's a yearly thing, it's a life thing. And if they screw up, they lose their jobs. And they always have to be careful because if they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker or their boss, they're gonna lose their job. If you lose some followers because of something you say, you'll get other followers. And you have a large following enough where there's enough of a range of perspectives that people will always be on board for you as long as you're producing content. People who screw up at their jobs and lose their jobs, and maybe there's a recession, there's not a lot of jobs, as could be now, they get potentially homeless or worse.
You ever heard of cancel culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have been canceled and came back? I mean, it happens all the time.
Wait, what? Cancel when someone when someone is called out on social media for something they did or for an opinion in the present or past that turns society against them. Oh, the person career. Oh.
Your boss is not going to be
Canceling
loyal to you
somebody,
if you don't get that thing in on time 5 times.
Okay, but check it
you're
out.
done.
Okay, so listen, but to be able to get that loyal following of people that do follow you, you need to build that over years and years and years and hours of trust and communication and intimate relationships with your audience.
Okay, so
that's not something that's just given to you. You don't just fall into 1 million subscribers, 2 million subscribers, 3 million
That's
subscribers.
true. That's
it
true.
takes work for sure. But like what you guys are talking about in terms of like the toll it takes on you, a large part of it, and let me tell you something, I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you and like talking to people or whatever, but at the same time, like, you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal. Like the mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that, that's what everybody deals with. But you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get to your job and then be there and like be on the whole time, no matter what. Anyone who has a 9 to 5 has to do that.
I said, what do you do?
Well, I'm a college professor, so. I have to do that same
So
sort
you
of.
just gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next 10, 15 years?
Yes, you're right.
Come on, bro.
We have to,
You already know what you're doing.
We have to produce new shit every day.
For me in particular, to Silky's point, you're a college professor, so you're essentially teaching, reteaching
teaching the same
curriculum
thing
to the same
over and
I had
over
to take
again.
years to learn, but
you know
yes.
what I'm saying? But I started making content when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
It started out playing Call of Duty trick shotting. I don't think anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know if anyone in this room could quickscope.
I don't know if that's something to be proud of, but okay.
So I had to do that for 4 years,
Okay.
right? And then I'm like, okay. Then I had to do YouTube for 4 years,
Okay.
right?
All right.
And then I had to do FaZe Clan, build FaZe Clan out, fix FaZe Clan, and then
Okay.
do streaming.
Okay.
So
And with how many people helping you?
How many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
For which stages?
All of them. There were a lot. You had a team.
When I was trick
Was
shotting-
it just you? Like
No. It
Okay.
was just me. There's receipts of this.
It wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
There's receipts on YouTube of me.
Okay, well, where did YouTube come from?
When I was
How did
13
YouTube become so
when I was
easy?
13
Because
years
a
old.
bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5, making it a thing.
That's
and
what
if
you
it
did
didn't
in the previous
exist,
voice.
if it didn't exist, you couldn't press play, you couldn't press record, and then just talk.
The fact that you have a campus to teach on. Then
Yeah.
boom, there you go.
Right, but I also had to spend years earning my credentials and mastering.
And I did it.
Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. Come on, guys.
So you just want to get paid to play video games. It's okay. We understand.
Yeah, he got cooked. He got cooked.
And my perspective is coming from a hair and makeup artist, physical job. Doesn't seem like
Why
any
she
of
gotta
you
say
guys
physical like
can
that?
even compete with
Oh,
physicality.
brother.
You guys just
I know how to do a 3-strand braid.
Just sitting on your butt and talking into a microphone.
know.
is
So
very different.
So wait.
Very different than having to get up in the morning, carry all of your gear. You've got to carry all of your hair, makeup, all of your supplies. You have to haul it around, get up early in the morning. You stand on your feet all day. You never sit down.
I hear you, I hear you.
You're breathing in toxic chemicals all day.
All right,
Yeah,
can I
but
talk?
she chose that. She chose to be a makeup artist. I mean, a artist? What the fuck did I? She chose to be a makeup artist and, you know, a hair artist as well. So it's her choice. Now she's the one that wanted to do that. Now she could do something else if she felt like it, but that's what she chose. So that's what she got to deal with. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's forced to do anything. You have an option to do whatever you want to do. So that's what she chose. Why?
Listen, so your whole
So
thing,
it's dangerous.
Listen,
Your
just
job
chill,
isn't
chill.
dangerous.
So
your
thing
job
is-
isn't
your thing
physically
is
taxing. You're
She's
just
not
talking
even
into
letting
a
him
Listen,
talk.
listen, so your whole
She
thing,
doesn't get that.
your whole thing is we can't do what you do, right?
It's not
No, no, no,
physical.
no, but-
Mine's saying that
I
a
just-
9 to
y'all let
5
me talk for a
job where
second.
you physically have to do
She's not even
some
letting him
hauling
talk.
stuff.
So
and
physically, I physically
you're
can't
just
haul
talking
around
into a microphone.
bags of like makeup. You physically could never trick shot. You could not hit a crane shot. You can't 1080. You can't hold a controller and make a 200K montage. You can't. No one in here. Come on, man. None of you could.
But you can
none
go
of
carry
you-
some, just
None of you
some
could
hair and makeup.
physically
And you have
go
to do that for 12 hours a day.
Yes. Actually,
You're
yes.
taking 4 days to hit a trick shot. It's taking you 4 days to hit a trick shot.
Actually, yes, I would have
Hours
to
a
do
day.
that.
And then your day is
Yes,
never
I
done. When you're
would.
done doing that, is your job done? Do you have to go shopping and replace
You don't
all
know-
of the
wait,
things
wait,
that you
stop.
use?
No. Listen,
You have to
Vicky,
clean
listen,
all of
Vicky.
your gear.
You don't know about dry streaks. You don't know about hit markers.
But when you're done, you're
You
done.
don't know about if the Elgato wasn't on.
When
Can
you're
you
done, you're
imagine
done.
these
Oh
things?
my God,
disable resample.
If I rendered my video in Vegas and I sent the editor the clips without disabling and resample.
Oh my God.
My montage is fucked.
You have
Your main underlying argument here is what you do is physically
Daily, day to day.
Okay. Your main thing is what you do is physically more taxing and
Yeah.
hard than what any of us
And
do.
dangerous.
I could say the same thing. You cannot physically trick shot. You could never. I would go as far
Okay,
as
so
I don't
how many hours a day do you trick shot?
I don't think
How many
any of you
hours
guys
a
ever do.
day do you trick shot? How many hours?
When I was trick shotting, it was 12 hours a day. It was however long I needed to. However
Every
long I
day, 12
needed
hours
to.
a day
However
trick
long I
shotting?
needed to hit a clip.
12 hours a day, every day.
5 seconds.
And that clip is.
He carries a Barrett 50 cal and he jumps off of stuff.
I would have to get on Call of Duty, turn my sense all the way up to 10-10. I would have to get to last. I would have to pray to God that he would be in the right spot, throw the concussion. Now I gotta have my rotations down. I gotta have my rotations.
Dead zones. Talk about the dead zones.
Talk about dead zone.
Stick drift.
Stick drift.
Thing is, for the most part, but that is not all YouTubers that are doing something physical. A lot of it is just talking.
Yeah, but she also said it was dangerous. We could walk around IRL stream and someone could rob us or kill us.
I gotta.
That's true.
Wait.
They're laughing, but that's happened recently.
I've gotten a pumpkin thrown on my head by a crackhead.
Crackhead ran up to him on stream and
almost died.
Almost
Because he
decapitated
quoted
him
his
when he
thoughts.
Yeah.
All right, round 4, Silky. Silky's a high energy. I never really seen any of his live streams. I don't really be on Twitch or anything like that. But Silky is a high energy RL and GTA 5 streamer known for reactive, interactive streams alongside other FaZe members. On Twitch, he has around 866,000 followers, averages roughly 8,000 to 22,000 viewers per stream during events like subathons, and peaked at 60,000 in peak moments. That's a lot. 60,000. That's a lot. I never really seen like any of his streams or anything like that.
My name is Thelma. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I mostly be
sir.
on YouTube, like watching videos.
I am very occupational. My last job, I worked as a librarian with elementary school children.
So
I have been an executive secretary, legal.
Very quiet, peaceful.
Yes, yes, all that. You know, because it's who you are. That you know, we create social media all the time because that's what we are. We're 9-to-5ers and we interact and.
She said
and,
9-to-5ers. Oh my god.
Have energy with people. Where I don't think that you guys have that.
We have energy.
Are you serious?
You have false energy because you're
False
across the
energy.
screen. You're not interacting with people like we
you know
do.
how many-
So what are we doing right
We're not
now?
interacting?
What are we doing right now?
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
Wait,
so-
isn't she debating for us? That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that there's millions of people?
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on me. Come
There's
on.
millions of people who watch the video who
Yes.
save lives every
Yes.
day, probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's people that literally stay alive because they want to watch our videos.
You know about going out and to the clubs at night, staying out till 2, 10 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so you can get dressed.
So you was
to
having
get-
fun.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so
So, but I'm saying it's like you guys don't do the interaction. You don't touch people like this.
okay. Now,
What kind of shit's going on?
go to the club, you get to put some shades on, and you go by your day to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is
You're
that
drunk,
your choice?
You're high. You're
But is
hungover.
that
Just
your
get off
choice?
stream. We don't want to see you like this.
But is that your choice?
We don't like you like this. Why are you doing this?
But is that your choice? You chose that. You chose this
No,
life.
that's the thing. We can't. We
And
can't
that's what's
do what
happening
you do.
now. That's what's happening now with the whole world. It's a total disconnect. When you have a 9-to-5, you dealing with people. You touching people's hearts,
We deal with
souls,
people's
mind. No, you are not.
Do you know how many bands we meet a day?
I think. Look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I respect what you do.
Do you
because
watch
I think,
any entertainment?
Oh my
Of
God.
course I watch
So do
entertainment.
you ever,
I got kids.
wait,
I got grandkids.
Do you ever laugh? Do you ever laugh?
Of course I
So
laugh.
then they
We're
interact with
touching
you.
them.
But the interaction is
Did
not
it make you
real.
feel better?
When I'm
Did it
watching
make you- wait, did it make you feel better?
Then what make me feel
Have you
better?
ever
It all
watched-
depends on
have you ever been
it all
entertained?
depends- it
Have
all
you ever been
depends
entertained and
on
been like,
what's coming.
oh, I feel good?
Some of it is
I got a
fake.
banger right now.
Some of it is fake.
You see, you're not answering.
So now let me.
Okay, well, let me answer your, because I'm debating him,
Okay, yeah.
but go ahead.
Right after this, I got you. Right
Okay,
now. Go
all
ahead.
right,
Yeah.
come on.
So when you're entertained, have you ever felt like your day was better if you watched something? You've never felt like that?
Yeah, sure.
So what's the difference with us?
The difference with you is that you guys do this 24/7. That's all you do.
Yeah.
That's their
it's
job,
like
though.
Wait a minute, somebody made
That's
a
their
comment
job.
about, oh, I can't even go out with my girlfriend, or I can't even go out in public.
That's right.
I can go out in public and be seen.
So it's
You know what?
easier.
I'm a very social person. I'm very popular in where I do and where I am. I do social media.
I'm saying what we do has not affected people. It's not real. How come when I go out in public and I meet someone and they're like, oh my God, wait, I loved your videos growing up. You were my childhood. I used to watch you
Or their
every
hands
single
shaking,
day.
their hands shaking.
Like, you were my child. You know how like we grew up watching Disney Channel?
Yep.
I've had people
Ben
come
10.
up hundreds of times.
He got a
throughout years of
point.
My life, have kids
He's
come
cooking.
in
He got a
and say
point.
these things. So
Okay.
Shit.
I'm Robbie. I'm a server at an Italian restaurant.
Come on, bro. Life's easy.
Oh, that's not fair.
He has the same menu, makes the same food every day, bro.
First thing I'm gonna say is nobody's gonna say being a nurse isn't hard, because my aunt was. That is the
My
most
mom
difficult
was.
shit. How are you gonna disrespect your mom like
No,
that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect
She
your
loves
mom
it.
and say that your work is harder?
She tells
That
me
is
it's
so
easy.
rude,
Nigga,
honestly.
She works 2 of them.
Okay,
She works at 2 hospitals.
Let me ask you something.
She said it's mad easy. She could work at 2 hospitals.
No disrespect, but what you do, I'm not your target audience. So break it down for me, because I don't even get it.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you something.
You just said I'm not your target audience because I'm black. That's what you just said. You won't watch me because I'm black. And this is what I'm talking about. It's harder.
He has to get judged every
I gotta get judged every day. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice guy.
He's a jolly dude.
I can't get a job because I got taxed. I used to work at Costco's. I had the greatest 401k granted to me. That means that when I retire, I get the biggest stipend of my life. Do you know I could just sit there and just meat pack all day just to really realize that, what, maybe 20 years I'm gonna be sitting on millions because I worked at Costco's?
Yeah, Will.
Okay.
I didn't have to interact with nobody, just packing meat.
Yeah, Will.
Come on, bro.
Is what you do fun?
I mean,
Do you enjoy what you do?
if I make it fun,
Do you make it fun?
I could make it fun.
Yes or no? Is what you do fun?
Not everything's fun.
What isn't fun? Break it down for me. What do you do in a day? We'll swap stories. What do you do in a day?
Okay, so it's very stressful, right?
Not fun at all. Because this dude was talking for 20 minutes about playing video games.
Whoa. It sounds like you're jealous, I'm not gonna lie. But
You want his diesel.
okay, so look, right?
So I'm jealous of a harder job.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
that was sarcasm. You didn't read it. No, I'd like to. hear this.
No, listen to the time that I wake up. I wake up maybe 3, 4 p.m. You know what I'm saying? I'm already
that's
drowsy
late,
because I
bruh.
just smoked the night before. You know why I gotta smoke? Because I just deal with thousands of people. I don't even like people. I gotta deal with thousands of them.
They have no idea what the
Let him
fuck.
stay. You gonna stay for this, right?
Wait, but you still haven't described what you've done other than smoking pot and waking up at 4.
Okay, waking up at 4 p.m., right? Now wake up. I gotta brush my teeth, right? Gotta make sure, cause I got a lot of comments. Now, you know, he don't brush his grills. What does his real teeth look like? I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure that my yeah.
He's got Chanel earrings like a bad bitch.
And there's girls in his chat too sometimes. So,
Yeah.
you know.
This, you know what I'm saying?
See him.
I gotta make sure I'm freshly saving. I'm not saving for this video. I already know what's gonna happen. It's about to be negative comments. Yo, shave that little scruffy shit on your face. Cool.
Silky got fat.
Now I have to game Marvel Rivals, but probably 1 to 2 hours before stream. You know why? Because I don't get to game it for after work. Like I could just game it after work, bro.
No
I
energy.
can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, right? After I do that, now I gotta sit here and plan with somebody what I'm gonna do for the stream today. Oh, looks like we got no content. All right, let's see if we could just scrub
Guess
something
what?
around.
No content, no money.
No content, no money. Now look, probably by 8 or 9 p.m., I'm still probably thinking I gotta do something for stream. My mind is
Do you
fried.
know what's crazy?
My mind is-
8, 9 p.m. for him? Oh, I did my work
He
today.
already did my
I did my work today.
You took the same boss already.
You're going to sleep.
What?
Do I don't want to hog the space here too much, but do you know the expression "give a man enough rope"?
You're losing me.
Kill
No, I don't know this. I don't know.
Basically, you're talking yourself into a hole, man. Okay, my turn. I'll be brief.
Wait, give a man a rope.
What is he?
Wait,
It means-
is that racist?
Wow.
Get this racist out of here!
Cancelled
I am
again.
so
All right,
confused.
all right.
Oh, you're back?
Baby, I want to say this.
Where did she come
Rhonda.
from?
I'm your black auntie.
Yeah.
That's what I
Okay.
want to say.
Uh-huh.
You say you don't like people. It's all about relationships that you got with people. So when you say shit like that, do you really mean that?
Do I not like people?
You said
I'm an introvert. I'd rather be in my own space. I'd rather be by myself.
And that's okay. But what is it that you're doing that's helping other people?
Bro,
What
why
am I
she
doing?
still laughing, bro?
I'm a superhero.
He's a hero.
I'm a superhero, no cape.
Alright, so round 5 is Jason. So Jason is a fast rising Twitch streamer known for energetic gaming, RL streams, and comedy content. Since joining FaZe in April 2024, he's made around 1.4 million Twitch followers, peaked at 100k plus subscribers during a subathon, and was briefly the second most subscribed streamer on Twitch. Insane. Insane.
Uh-oh, here you go.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You look great. You look
That's
great.
right. I'm Thelma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck.
I think streaming is so much harder. Why are you doing it?
I can't have a public relationship because of the public eye and how they judge my relationships. I had a breakup with a girlfriend that I loved so dearly because I chose streaming.
So my question.
Nah,
again,
I loved her.
My question.
I loved her, and you're laughing.
My question again.
Why is she
my
laughing, bro?
question,
She
If you think it's
she
so much
literally is
harder,
just laughing at everything
why
they
are you
say.
doing it?
Because I'm passionate about it.
Okay, so you love it. You love streaming. So do you love it more than you loved that girlfriend?
That's what I had to decide.
Oh.
I had to make sacrifice, and
So
that's
you-
what you have to
so
do.
you lost
with
the
streaming.
human touch.
But guess what? If I had a 9 to 5,
lost
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
if I was flipping burgers.
Is this the stencil of the tattoo? Or is that the actual tattoo? Because right here is like fading. Like, what the fuck?
I could have had a girlfriend still.
But you lost the human touch for the streaming.
Being a streamer, you have to be judged on thousands of people's opinions every single day. 9 to 5 person, maybe one,
But,
two, three.
okay, and then back to my point. Is that your choice? Was that your choice?
But that's not the point, though. The point
No,
is
that's my point. That's my point.
streaming is harder.
Was
than 9 to 5.
that
That's the point.
you gave up your girlfriend for streaming? Come on now.
Shit, he ran up a bag. He
Yeah.
ran up a
I
bag.
ain't gonna lie,
You did it
I
for a bag.
But the thing is, it comes to a point. Do I pick love and a future with someone I care dearly for? Or do I pick
Something that I
future
love.
for something that I'm passionate about? Emotion. I pick motion.
He chose Manian.
Lala Costa.
Lala Costa?
Lala
Amazing
Costa.
name.
Attorney.
I'm an attorney.
She makes a percent off people's fuck ups. I like that.
If you had an opportunity to get a 9 to 5 that you could create yourself, like whatever you want,
Yes,
9
I
to
would.
5, you would take it?
Yes.
Because why?
Because I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
You don't? What? Come to this side.
No, but I have to because this is what I built my career off of. I started.
You feel stuck.
I feel stuck, yeah.
Have you ever watched a show and you stopped watching it? Have you ever watched a show and you were like,
All the time.
it's the same thing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have to.
That TV
have to-
show can't. It's done. What happens to all those actors?
It's
after that?
canceled
They gotta
because I
go to-
stopped watching?
Well, no. I'm saying if
Baby,
if thousands of you
Honey,
stop watching.
I think you guys are mixing all
Yeah,
the issues.
Cartoon Network. It's like
and
they
not
got millions of
focusing
people.
on-
You guys know what Cartoon Network is?
If your
It's
follower
gone.
stopped, would you come up with a different brand then?
All those people are gone. Yeah, but pivot. That's the point.
Yeah, that was like the shortest round ever. Anyways, round 6, the man, the myth, the legend, FaZe Swag, bro. Come on now, best Warzone player of all time. I don't care what anybody says. In September of 2022, Swag signed an exclusive streaming contract with YouTube Gaming, becoming the first FaZe Clan member to do so. During his tenure, I don't know what the fuck that is. On YouTube, Swag achieved significant milestones, including a record-setting 80 kills in a single Warzone match alongside fellow Nuke Squad members. He broke into the top 250 of Warzone 3 ranked. He's clinched pivotal, what the fuck? What? victory in the World Series of Warzone qualifier, securing him 1 million purse with his loadout strategy. Oh man, that's crazy.
Nice to meet you.
Alisa, professional model.
But
Okay.
I've worked since I was at the age of 14.
Okay.
I was a gamer too.
I just think personally, like I agree with Jason that I think streaming does take a certain more stop than a 9 to 5, and I also think everybody in here, right? If you guys all try to be a streamer, right, and then we all try to do what you guys do,
You get L's in your chat.
the probability of everybody here trying to be.
All right, come on. In 2025, roughly 0.4 to 0.42% of Americans are likely to be licensed practicing attorneys, equivalent to about 1 in every 2.
An attorney is way higher than somebody making streaming a career.
Absolutely, your job is just got lucky because you're a gamer. You got lucky. There are so many people
I was
like you out
talented.
there.
It wasn't
These
pure
days,
luck.
everybody's an influencer. Come on.
No. But
So many.
hold on. But specifically, what I do, I'm not posting selfies around the world. It's basically all pure talent.
Wait,
Okay.
Can I just why is he lucky? Why do we all get lucky though?
What is your talent?
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I was a professional Call of Duty player.
Professional
actual,
Call of Duty
So you were
player,
sitting
bro.
at
Come
home and
on
you
now.
said, what am I going to do with my life while you were gaming? You're like, oh, let's put a
I
camera.
was 16, so it wasn't really like
yeah,
that.
You weren't really thinking of what should I do with my life? Like, what should I study? What should I like? Where does my life go? You just got lucky.
It's not luck. It's
because-
just he's determined. He knows that's the only route.
He didn't get lucky. He put in hours.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I don't get why she's saying Swag got lucky. You know what I mean? Because if you play Call of Duty ever since you was a youngin, you know what I mean? I've been playing Call of Duty probably since I was like 6 years old or 7 years old. I've been playing Call of Duty my whole life, bro, and I'm 19 right now. And I'm not a professional player, but Swag right here, obviously, as y'all know, he used to upload Call of Duty videos and he still does, but like back then it was more competitive and like that's his talent. So he took advantage of it. He started recording and that's how he blow up. Now that's how, he got his, how do I say it? His community, his subscribers, his fan base, because he's a professional Call of Duty player.
That's what we do too. We go to school, we study.
Everybody's a little bit of luck. I think people who don't have a job, they feel like they want to get lucky by getting a job. So I think people even having a job is some sort of luck.
He said, how
That's
many
true.
people
He
of
got a
us
point.
could
He
do
got a
this?
point.
No, it's luck. It's 1 of a million because for whatever
How is
reason.
that luck? If 1 out of a million, that one has to be the best. So how are you going to dismiss
Is
all
he
his
the
hard
best?
work and all of his
Is he the
talent?
best?
I got
Is
four.
he-
I got
No,
four.
no, but
No. Let me give my statistics. There was over 300,000 people that played Warzone last year. This is the game that I play.
Okay.
I got 4th. So I was a top 12 player across the entire world.
And you're telling him
like-
you're
So that's not luck. That's
like
pure.
less than
That's pure
1%.
skill.
So
That-
you're
yeah, that's
dismissing-
talent
is
right
Michael
there.
Jordan lucky? Is LeBron James lucky?
Yes.
Are they lucky?
I mean,
No,
they have a
work.
talent. They have
They
a
work-
talent.
they had a
but
team.
as,
So what
you
he-
know how many talented people out there and don't get the chance, they don't get the shot at it?
I don't want to take up his time. So he's not talented?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Not
That's
at
what
all.
you just said.
You just
No.
said.
But she
What
said,
did
I
you get to
said
where
a
he
lot
is?
of
She
people
said it
are
was
talented don't
luck.
get the shot to do what he does.
Or people who
So
make it
it's
to the
luck.
NBA.
But I didn't even get a shot. It was I did it off the strength of me. There was no one who gave me a shot or anything like that. I simply was. You dead ass?
Yo, you being serious?
Why you laughing?
I can't Why they laughing, bro?
It's not luck. I've been doing this for 13 years. I uploaded
13
3,000
years,
videos.
bro.
2,000
I was
I
6
edited
years
myself
old.
while I went to college, worked a job,
When he
and
started
still
doing
went to
this.
school.
And yeah,
So that's not. I mean, if that's
No,
fucking,
stand on it, stand on it.
if that's luck,
Where's the luck at in that equation?
Again,
is there a percentage? We are all lucky in some way, right? If we all have a job, we're lucky in some sort of way. But
God bless.
off of specific pure talent.
I mean, yeah.
And I worked on that since I was.
Like, in my opinion, I think everybody, every time they apply for a job or anything like that, I feel like people, they have just a little bit of luck because, not a lot of jobs, hired anybody, maybe because you don't, maybe because you can't do this or you don't meet this requirement or whatever. So I feel like everybody with whatever they do, getting a job at 9 to 5, streaming and stuff like that, it's a little bit of luck and stuff like that. So, I mean, Swag is cooking up right now.
I was 16.
I ain't gonna
again,
lie.
I work with many talented people. I'm not saying about you.
Yeah.
Just talk in general. And there's so many people that are very talented, never get a shot because they don't do the right thing. They don't go the right path. They don't meet the right people. So there are so many even talented actors here. They never get a shot. So I'm just saying it's pure luck.
It wasn't luck. I just saw an opportunity and just genuinely took it.
Exactly.
It wasn't a handout. It was simply just, you know what, I'm talented at Call of Duty. This is what I want to do. It took me 8 years to make it a career. Is there something funny?
And here she goes laughing again.
Video game.
It's a talent.
Permission to dick ride? Hey, he's made tens of millions of dollars playing video games, so.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm saying though, you couldn't hop on a game and do what I do.
You couldn't do it.
That's a skill.
Your son couldn't do it. Your grandkids couldn't do it.
Some people
Your
can't.
son's grandkids could never do it. They could never
Anything that takes a talent.
Hold on.
The genes are done. They can't do it. They
Dissing
can't.
everybody.
How many hours a day did you spend?
When I was younger?
Yeah, when you were younger.
Oh, I would wake up 3 hours before school. So I would wake up at 4 a.m. and I would play before school. Bus would come at 7. I go to home, come back, and do it again. I was 16. What's funny?
See, there's a disconnect here, because to you guys, when you guys were growing up, yes, it was just video games, it was whatever. But when we were coming up, we're like, wait, maybe we can make this career. Maybe if we get good enough at it and we create.
Do you not
good
think?
enough
Do you not
content,
think if you're talented at something, it's a God-given gift?
Video games is not like
You don't think you don't think it's talent?
You're just too old to
Not
understand.
crazy.
Ooh, that's It's just, I can't argue that because
Y'all could
I
never
gotta
play
keep it a-
FNCS either. It's
I
the
gotta
same
keep
shit.
it a buck. There's a disconnect.
Same
You come
shit.
from a generation where this didn't exist. This career, you looked at this career and you laughed. Now, how come in colleges they're teaching courses on content creation and esports?
Oh.
When you grew up, this didn't exist. So no wonder you're gonna laugh when you hear this shit, because you're from a completely different generation. You just don't get it, and I don't know if you ever will be able to wrap your head around it.
Oh.
and it's fun. But it's like
And that's
again, it's
okay.
Oh, you gotta
That's
fight
fine.
back.
That's
You gotta
okay.
fight back. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice meeting you.
That's crazy.
I'm Ronnie.
Ronnie, nice to meet
This
you.
past-
My name's Ronnie.
You were talking about jobs.
So another one, they couldn't identify the occupation.
Security. Are you familiar with layoffs, with being furloughed? Like taking
We
it back
fall
to
off.
that's being what? What does that even mean?
You lose everything. Every dollar. Everything. You lose everything.
Okay, and then you can rebuild yourself back. You
The same way
reinvent-
you can do if you get laid off. You get a
Yeah,
new
that's
job.
it's
Oh,
it's
and-
kind
okay.
of is it not the same concept? Like
I don't know. Back in 2020, when everybody was getting furloughed, everybody was like,
Let's read again. In 2020, widespread furlough, I don't know what the fuck that is, happened because the COVID-19 pandemic forced businesses to close or scale back due to lockdowns and safety restrictions. With revenue dropping sharply, many companies couldn't afford to keep paying all the
let me go to
employees.
social media. That's kind of an easy alternative. So that seems kind of easy.
I know,
And
but
then-
if you lose a job, you can't.
just get another
No,
one?
you can search for. You have an opportunity to search for another one. No?
Okay,
You got
I've
a
been
point.
searching for another one for 10 months. I interview every day, give the same spiel, have to give that smile of walking through my
I uploaded
resume.
videos for 7 years and barely got any views.
And
It's
did
just-
you, wait,
it's-
you
it's-
uploaded 7 videos and,
And
didn't get any views
went to school, and still.
and paid rent?
Yes, I still worked. I worked
Oh, so that you had another job.
as a parking attendant. Yes.
Okay, and was that harder
Then what?
than streaming?
No, I was on my phone all the time.
Oh, as a parking attendant, that doesn't sound like you were doing a very good job.
I was chilling.
You were chilling. You weren't good at
Wait,
your
he's
job.
waiting for.
When cars park, they're done. Like it doesn't.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Well,
I'm not security.
that's
I just
a
go.
one nine
I go
to
like this. I
five.
go like this. Yo, right there. I bet. Do you think an aspect of a video game, playing video games, is a talent?
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a talent. You can
Bro.
master it with,
Ooh,
sorry,
but people
my
play.
next.
Millions play video games, but there are very few people who are genuinely gifted at it.
Gifted? What are they, Mozart?
How is it not a talent? Why is it not a talent what he does?
You know what? I'm open to it being a talent. I think it's a skill. I think it's something you can master. I don't think you're a Mozart that you have this gift of like, whoa, when I put my thumb here and this thumb there and do this combo, I do this
You'd be
flip.
surprised. I mean, there's people out there who are genuinely
That they have their opposable
the
thumbs
most
like
gifted-
so good.
That's like saying, here's a paintbrush, go paint me Picasso.
Yeah,
It's like, what?
I'm saying this is so hard. If there's certain games that have $1 million prize pools, if there's a skill you could just learn and you're looking for a job for 10 months, go pick up a controller and go hop in this $1 million tournament
You
and
could
win
never.
it.
You
And
couldn't.
win it.
You couldn't. You couldn't.
Perhaps.
You wouldn't even. You couldn't. You couldn't.
You wouldn't
You
even
couldn't.
qualify.
You couldn't.
What do you mean I wouldn't
You can't even find your OBS stream key. Stop playing.
I need to work for it,
I know,
but
So like, but you're dismissing what he does. You're just dismissing.
I'm
Like,
not
oh,
dismissing. I'm saying
it's
that's
not a
easy.
skill. It's not a talent.
I
Like,
said it's a skill.
it's
I didn't
easy.
say it's a talent. I said it's a skill. It's a skill that
But
you
how
can
do you
hone and
how do you
can
know
master.
how do you know if it's easy if you haven't done it? Like if you
I
don't.
played Mario Kart. I've played other games.
Not a professional level though.
Bro. Did she just say I've played Mario Kart, bro? Like who? Yo, bro. I don't even want to continue this video. There's like 2 minutes left, bro.
No, not a professional.
Like Call of Duty, Fortnite, Apex Legends. Well, they're not the same as Mario Kart, bro. Lock in, bro.
Professional level because that's not what I'm trying to pursue.
I know, but you don't understand what it takes to be on that sort of level. So how can you try to dismiss it and say it's yours is harder? How do you know?
What does it take to be on that
Because
level?
I've worked at 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So
What does it take to be on that level?
Just gift, and you got to play all
Just
the time.
gift?
Tens of thousands of hours of work and editing and filming and constantly.
I'm just talking
having
about
to
pure
innovate and
skill. As far as like the
reinvent
videos and stuff like that, just off pure skill.
I had to put tens of thousands of hours.
Could you get a
into my
refresh second
studies.
zone, Tarping? Could you?
I have no idea what you said.
Could you get a refresh going into second zone with no mats? Can you get a refresh on the best players? You
I
couldn't.
can also put. I can circle back and give
Do you
you
know how to
different
short launch
terms
pad?
from
When you're
my
trying to get to third
industries.
zone, third moving. Do you know
I
how to
don't know
short?
No,
launch
I
it?
don't. But
Exactly,
if I want,
you couldn't, but Excel sheet, we could do Excel sheet.
no, but exactly. I
They're
can
just
go-
talking. They're just talking game.
These
and
refreshes
As a
don't come to
babysitter,
you.
I can talk to you about the different things I do and ask you, could you do that? No, but if you wanted to, you would.
If us four
Put on race.
took 3 days, you don't think we can master an Excel sheet?
Oh,
But let me give you. If I give you 3 days about a video game, do you think you could be that talented as me?
if I wanted to, I would.
So let's pay for her,
Bro.
whatever it is. Give you 3
please.
days, but if you lose, you got to give us it back in double.
No, that's not how a job works. You pay me,
bro.
I'll get the job done.
That's crazy. Each 9 to 4 worker will now give their final thoughts on if streaming is actually more difficult. Okay.
I would say, in a sense, yes, because you have to put in the work and you got to be on 24/7.
It's difficult to answer that question for us, I think, because we didn't come up in this time frame, in this era. And technology is totally different now, because we were just talking about playing tic-tac-toe on the sidewalk with chalk. I appreciate and respect what they do, and I think that's the consensus for most of us, that we appreciate and respect where they are. Yeah. But it's not, what we did was, we just feel like what we did was harder. And that's what I think.
So my mind was changed in the sense that now I'm even more convinced that normal jobs are harder.
What? What?
We've got 6.
What? Alright, y'all. So, hey, look, I'm gonna give you my opinion real quick because this video is currently 57 minutes long and it's about to be an hour. And I'm gonna give you my quick opinion. So, like I said at the beginning, right now I work a regular job. I work at a warehouse. I work 3 days. I do 12 hours those 3 days. It's kind of tough because I gotta be standing up for 12 hours and stuff like that. I'm not gonna say specifically what I say, but it requires, physicality, and I'm not the most strongest physical person ever. I'm skinny. I'm only 19 and stuff like that, but you know what I mean? I work at a regular job. I used to work at Dunkin' Donuts. That's my first job after school. And then I work at construction, and now I work at the warehouse I'm at right now. And then as y'all can see, now I'm trying to, stream and stuff like that. So, I mean, honestly, I feel like both can be harder. Both are harder. It just really depends on what you do and stuff like that. Because, like Swag right here, he's been doing it for mad long. And then it's like you stream and then you make video, you make content, you play games, but you're not going to blow up. You're not going to get 1,000 followers, 1,000,000 followers in a week or anything like that. It takes time, dedication, and stuff like that. So, yeah, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure y'all drop a like, subscribe. Let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this. If you guys want me to react to anything, leave it in the comments below or anything. Follow me on TikTok at it's47. And, yeah, man. Peace out, y'all.